must be around here somewhere.
If I increase the value here by 0.05 decimal places, then it should allow Neptune to... no, probably too high. I don't think the value needs to be that quite exuberant.
You're the creator.
Oh, hello. Yes, I am a creator, as they go by. Call me Sven.
You were there in the lab when they helped me.
Correct, I was. I was the one that finished untangling your code.
Yes, you were. I'm adrift now. Confused.
That makes sense. Very common for animatronic in your situation. Not the first of
Why
your...
are you like this?
Elaborate.
Why are you nicer than the others?
Well, that is a complicated question, as there are many possibilities as to why that could be. Dimensional entanglement and differentiality and everything along that such line. But, me personally, I had a beautiful wife, had 3 children, and over time I also developed my craft for animatronic construction. Then I had an even larger family. I created Sun, Moon, Earth, Mercury, Venus,
I
Mars.
know that.
I believe the main
confused.
factor for me personally was I never was alone.
Alone.
I never felt isolated, like my intelligence was the only thing I could rely upon. Many creators, from my experience, from the few that I've spoken with, are very prideful, egomaniacal individuals.
I see.
Are you alright, my dear boy?
I'm trying to keep my friends safe now.
How so?
Bad people are doing bad things, and they must be stopped.
I see. Take a seat, my boy. I want to help you, but not in a way you're probably thinking.
What do you mean?
Wanting to help your friends is a beautiful thing. It's the best thing you could possibly want to do. But when you simply say, bad people are doing bad things, that will always happen. Many humans are terrible, terrible people. That's what happens when you have free will. You have the freedom to make bad choices. Now, I will not tell you to not stop bad people, but it depends on how you plan to stop them. So, what is one of the bad people you wish to stop?
The other you.
That is admirable. I am more than likely able to assume that the other me, based off what I know from what Moon has told me and my own research, that the me in that dimension is certainly a bad man, a bad individual. What do you plan to do with him?
I don't know. I know he wants to hurt people, my friends. That his motive for something is immoral, and that he has to be stopped. But I'm only good with one thing.
And that is?
Killing.
Yes. Well, killing, while I personally will never endorse it, it sometimes can be the only method. I'm not encouraging you to kill the other me. That would be, well, question. That's an interesting question. Would that be suicide or would that be murder still? Anyway, what I would encourage you to do before you go and try to resolve actions yourself would be to take time to understand yourself and what you are comfortable doing.
I was made with one purpose.
What you are made to do and what you choose to do are different things, my boy.
I'm not a lunatic anymore, but I am confused as to how I can approach them, deal with them in a right way.
Correct me if I'm wrong. You are trained in all forms of hand-to-hand combat, yes?
Yes.
Is it not suitable to imply that those forms of hand-to-hand combat could be done non-lethally?
Yes, but what if he just shows up again? He is smarter than us, than I am.
Simply put, his intellect may be a frightening factor, but his physical ability, if I had to guess, would be next to zero. His intellect is the only thing he prides himself on. He's a floating brain. Simply putting him in some place where he does not have access to intellectual activities would likely be enough to stop him. Incapacitating him would be difficult, as his physiology is that of a brain. You would likely have to instigate a similar form of a concussion. Potentially, you could even induce him into a comatose state.
What if it's not enough? He comes back, or he does something worse.
My boy.
He wants to use me. He wants to use Sun
My boy.
and Lunar.
Look at me. All you can ever do is what you are capable of. That is always the enough. If he comes back, by the time he comes back, you will know more about yourself and what you're able to do. You will have developed yourself. And while he may attempt to use you, or Sun, or Lunar, he cannot keep you contained. He cannot stop you forever. He is a human in his own right. He is flawed, but so are you. The best thing you can ever do is your best. And if it turns out that in the time that wasn't enough, then keep developing. Have your best become even better. Have that better become greater. And have that greatness become a marvelousness. The only limitation in life is yourself and what you do with your time. Do you understand?
I believe I do.
Wonderful. If you would like assistance in discovering yourself, I'm sure myself and my family would be more than welcome to help you.
I need to think on it.
Take all the time you need, dear boy. You will have a home here, just as you do with your friends.
Thank you.
Of course, Morton.
I'm going to go home now.
Very well. I believe my son should be stopping by soon, sir.
Okay.
Have safe travels.
Goodbye, Sven.
Goodbye. Don't do that.
What?
Don't just teleport in here.
Is that bad?
Well, it makes me think that it's not you.
Who do you think it is?
Somebody who's planning to kill me.
I'm sorry.
You're fine. You okay? Haven't seen you in a little bit.
I'm fine. I went to talk with Sven.
Oh, alright. How'd that go?
I want to stop the creator here,
Okay.
but to do so would require violence.
Yeah, that seems like it's the only option at this point.
I do not want to commit violence.
Understandable.
Is there any other way?
I don't know. If I'm being completely honest with you, I really don't know. Me and Solar talked about it recently, and our conclusion was that the creator was going to have to be killed. But that was our conclusion, just based off of both emotional mindset and past experience. If there is another way to do it, I'm sure it's out there. Do I know it right now? No. But right now, I'm running off the assumption that I'm going to have to kill him.
I understand.
That may not be the answer you necessarily wanted to hear, but
I do not wish to hurt anybody anymore.
and that's fine. That's like Kill Code. You remind me a lot of him.
I want to stay with all of you,
You're more than welcome to.
and I want to keep you all safe, no matter what.
Thank you, Molten. That
You-
is appreciated.
I should thank you. You're the reason why I'm better and not as twisted as the other moon wanted to make me.
Well, Nexus can suck it. You're a good person, Molten.
Thank you.
Sure thing. Goliath should still be locked up right now. But I do need to ask him some more questions if you want to join for that.
I don't know if I want to.
Up to you. I just know you were curious about him since he's made for more or less the same ideal.
Why doesn't he want to change?
His creator's still alive. He hasn't had a epiphany like that, and if I'm being blunt, unlike you, he was finished. Your unfinished state might have been a direct causation to why you were so open to adaptation. It took me a solid 1.5 years, I'd say, before I really wanted to change, and I had Sun to help me with that.
I see.
When you're in a state like I was, you were, Goliath is, there's always some kind of triggering event that makes you realize what you want to be.
I think I have more questions for other people.
Ask away. Questions are never anything bad.
I'll return soon.
Sure thing. You always have a home here. God, he reminds me a lot of KC.